Good day, everyone. Let's have a good one. Hagan here with episode 6 of the Charley Roy Dynasty. Coach Roy is now 4-0 as a first-time head coach and has the campus at Georgia State bumping. The Panthers have a bye week yet again, so Coach Roy is going to hit the recruiting trail hard before hosting Old Dominion in a Sun Belt Conference game. And here we have to give a shout out to Sun Belt Defensive Player of the Week, Kevin Swintz, who had 4 total tackles, 2 for loss, and of course 2 sacks. All right, as always, we're going to get into recruiting first. Let's see where we're at. All right, Bubbin, we're first on. All right, playing style seems to get worse and worse for him, but it sucks because we're first on his board. Like I said, I'm not ready to give up on him yet. I want to see if we can flip that. All right, right tackle, we're first on. Right tackle, we're first on. We're first on a lot of boards. Let's see if these guys are ready for visits, though. Maybe that's where I'm kind of missing. Here we go. Old Dominion. And we're going to do how close you are to home. So, Thomasville, Georgia. Let's get it. Are you ready for visits? We're short on hours. All right, we have to get these guys in for visits or we're not going to get any commits. Where we're at. All right. This is good because he has a complimentary visit for left guard, Dominic. Is it Bubbin? We're going to do how close he is to home as well. South Carolina. And another visit. Ooh, this one. Here we go. We'll have him visit here versus Arkansas State. And again, he's close to home. Not too far. So we have visits scheduled for these 3. Here we go. We're going to get Morgan Trimble to visits. But when? Arkansas State. Ooh, we can do campus lifestyle. But A+ to home. He's in Columbia, Missouri. Wait, I mean Mississippi. MS is Mississippi. That's my bad, y'all. Coastal Carolina because he has no competitive visits. And we're going to do playing time. That's A+ for him, and he wants it. Not ready for visits. He's ready for visit. That's okay. All right, we're done on hours this week. All right, so we're going to advance to the next week. We'll do some more recruiting before hopping into the game. And here we have it. Right tackle Taylor Graves has committed a 3-star. That is awesome news. Let's go take a look at our awesome recruiting board now that we got another offensive lineman to come in. So we have left and right tackle, and Graves is probably our highest recruit so far. Oof, after the visit, he's second, so we got to move this up. We got to go out here to send the house. All right. We're second. I don't think we're going to get him back. We'll remove. We're first on the board. Andy had his visit already. Or no, his visit. I'm sorry. His visit's week 12. But he's first on the board. First on the board. Visit scheduled. First on the board. First on the board. Are you ready for a visit? You're not. First on the board. You got to get 10 minimum. And I made a mistake not checking. Murphy's ready for a visit. Here we go. We haven't learned enough about him, but we're going to go with the A+ playing style for him and hope that's enough. All right, we're first on his board, so we're going to go to 15. Abrams, we're first on his board, but he's ready for a visit, so let's get him in here. Arkansas State, proximity to home. He's from Georgia. All right, Timms is first, so we're going to keep him at 15. Chad Hollis is first. We're going to put him at 15. We got Enrique Canady, who's first, so we're going to add 15 to him. Glenn Clinton has committed, so we'll knock him off our board. Edward Cameron is first, 15 for him. Ty Crook, I can give him 15. I'm going to give him 10 for now, and then do 1. Oops, I offered a scholarship, didn't mean to. So, guess we're going to just offer these guys scholarships. F it. All right. So, Coach Roy hit the recruiting trail. We got 1 commit this week, a right tackle. Now it's time to jump into the game. And let's see if Coach Charley Roy can get his team to 5-0 on the season.
Welcome to Atlanta, Georgia, site of the 1996 Olympic Games, Center Park Stadium, and home to the Georgia State Panthers, and we have been feeling the excitement for this one all week. Today, a showdown of a couple of foes from the Sun Belt. As we'll see, the Old Dominion Monarchs taking on the winners of 4 straight, the Georgia State Panthers. For EA Sports college football. Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started.
With Old Dominion forced a punt and a big sack of Christian Velu on 3rd and 7, Georgia State would attempt a 47-yard field goal. Kicker Liam Rickman would connect, giving the Panthers a quick 3-0 lead. On Old Dominion's second series, Monarch quarterback Colton Joseph would feel the pressure and get picked off by cornerback Gavin Pringle, who would return it 37 yards for a touchdown, giving the Panthers a 10-0 lead. The Monarchs would finally get some offense going when senior running back Aaron Young would break loose for 34 yards. Ultimately, the Monarchs would settle for a 38-yard field goal, making the score 10-3 Panthers. On the second play of the second quarter, quarterback Christian Velu would find senior wide receiver Tayleek Williams on a crossing route for 17 yards to keep the drive alive. A few plays later, junior running back Freddie Brock would lose his mind attempting a hurdle in traffic to come up short 1 yard of the first down, setting up a 4th and 1 at the Monarchs' 43-yard line. Georgia State would convert on 4th down with a 5-yard run by Freddie Brock. The Panthers had another 3rd down, and quarterback Christian Velu would make a baffling decision. Running back Michael Dukes would deflect the pass, causing a boneheaded turnover on Monarch linebacker Mario Thompson, who would pluck the ball out of the air. The play would get crazier as center Spencer Dow would deliver a fumble-crushing hit, allowing the Panthers to recover and maintain possession. Following that chaotic play, sophomore wide receiver DJ Riles would take a jet sweep 22 yards, putting the Panthers inside the 5-yard line. Freddie Brock would punch it in the very next play from 4 yards out, giving the Panthers a 17-3 lead. The Monarchs would answer on 3rd and 13. Quarterback Colton Joseph would connect with senior tight end Pat Conroy on a post for a massive 46-yard gain. After a timeout to stop the clock, Colton Joseph would take a late hit but still get the pass off to running back Aaron Young, who makes a defender whiff en route to a 13-yard touchdown, tightening the score 17-10 just before halftime. Georgia State would have too much time on the clock. Christian Velu finds Tayleek Williams for a 22-yard gain to start the drive. The next play, Freddie Brock takes a screen 28 yards to get the Panthers past midfield. Star tight end Dorian Fleming hauls in a 16-yard catch to move the chains once more. Following their second timeout, Fleming snags another catch, this time from 11 yards, putting Georgia State inside the 5. Georgia State would use their final timeout, leaving 19 seconds on the clock. 2 plays later, Christian Velu leaves the pocket early and rips a dangerous ball, but Tayleek Williams makes the difficult catch to haul in a 4-yard touchdown, giving Georgia State a 24-10 halftime lead. Following a Panthers punt to open the second half, Old Dominion running back Devin Roach would take off for a 36-yard gain down the right sideline for the Monarchs' longest run of the day. The Monarchs would go with their hurry-up offense, catching the Panthers off guard. Monarch quarterback Colton Joseph would check the play and find senior wide receiver Isaiah Page on a deep dig route for a 17-yard touchdown to bring the score 24-17 Panthers. On the Panthers' first play following the Monarchs score, Freddie Brock would burst out for the longest run of the game as he sprinted down the right side for a 39-yard rush. 4 plays later, the Panthers would settle for a 42-yard field goal to go up by 10, 27-17. On the Monarchs' first play after the field goal, the Panthers' defense would come up big. Outside linebacker Justin Abraham would fool Colton Joseph, dropping into coverage and intercepting the ball. 3 plays later, running back Freddie Brock punches it in from 3 yards out for his second score of the day, putting the Panthers up 34-17. Old Dominion would get desperate, trailing by 17 in the 4th, going for it on 4th down from their own 24, only to get stuffed by a gang of Panthers. The Panthers would stall out following the 4th down stop, but kicker Liam Rickman would knock through his 3rd field goal of the game. This would conclude the scoring for the day thanks to an interception in the end zone by safety Jeremiah Johnson. The Panthers would milk the clock to end the game 37-17, giving the Panthers a 5-0 start to the season. Thank you for tuning in to episode 6 of the Coach Charley Roy Dynasty. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and see you next Wednesday for episode 7.